Preparing to live stream the meeting. Setting up your meeting for YouTube live. It takes a little bit of time, and then we're all live done. Redirected to YouTube, and go. First of all, go for recording as well. Now we're live and we are recording, and I'm going in the Slack channel. General, I will say that Team Boogie Hedgehog is live on YouTube. Team Boogie Hedgehog is now live on YouTube. Come join us. So, in the general, let's see if someone joins. So, having said this, welcome. This is not Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which obviously I'm a big fan of, but this is you, Team Boogie Hedgehog, a group of very talented people I'm delighted to work with and to have the honor and the pleasure to lead you up the hill. Let's start with today's working session. I think you all have the mural already open, or shall we post it in the chat?
I can post it if you want.
Thank you very much, Elisa.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And there we go. Wonderful. I'm going to share my screen so that the people on YouTube can see what we are up to and what we're working on. And we are still on day 2, even though it's the 3rd day, but we left up earlier yesterday, and now we are in the created some solution sketches. I have to apologize on that. I had to do some work and did not have the time for a solution sketch. My apologies for that. But I think we have 5 wonderful things to go there. And it's not going to be me for the solution sketch, but it is, I think, Elisa, Pam, who is?
It's Pam.
Pam, wonderful. Pam, we're all up for you. You have facilitation rights. Let's rock the house.
Oh, okay. You want to dive straight in?
Yes.
That is okay. Well, I'm super excited to see all these beautiful sketches going in. And so what we're going to do, let's just quickly review our topic. And as a start, all right. So our topic, once again, it's gender equality. Our long-term goal: can we define a clear success indicator and evaluate if our team has the skills to collect and analyze the data correctly? How might we reduce these gender stereotypes in a business context so that female entrepreneurs can get the same unbiased investor attention? And then we ended yesterday with 5 ideas that we put in here. And as Alex mentioned yesterday, it's all good if you wanted to blend those and put them together, as we've ended up with a few that were about the pitching process itself. And I'm really happy to see what you've all been doing. So what I'll do now, as you've all put up your sketch for evaluation, is I will ask one of you to pick a sketch that's not yours and go over it and explain that solution in your own words. Just look over it and see what you see. So is there anybody who would like to be the first one to share a sketch with us, talk about a sketch with us?
Can we take just a second to look at them?
Yes, of course you can. You can have a look to go over all of them. So I'll give you a few minutes to do that. Just for my own record, I'll put a timer on it. Does 2 minutes sound about right for you, or do you need more time?
It's 5 sketches. Maybe you give us 5 minutes, 1
Sure.
minute for each sketch.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Thank you. I'll do that. So I'll put the time. I put the timer on 5 minutes. So take your time. Would you like to start some music, Alex? Maybe you can try out your experiment again with us.
Yes. I'm going to do some classical music. Oh yeah, I have enough.
these, I am placing
Oh.
these boards on top because these are not in the alignment.
Okay.
Somebody have put out of the board, so I'm putting this.
Right.
They're also
We have about 30
interesting.
seconds left. Do you need more time, or are we good for time?
I'm
For
good
me,
with
it's
time.
good. Oh,
I'm also good.
All right. Right. Well, in this case, thank you for flying our sketchy sketch. Let's go on.
Very
Let's
good.
go.
okay.
All right. Is there anybody who has a strong feeling they would like to explain a certain sketch, not your own, obviously? If not, then I will just ask someone randomly and assign.
Oh, I can start if you want. I
Sure.
have.
Yes. Please be my guest. Which sketch would you like to?
So they are all so great and so interesting, but I'm choosing the fourth, the one on the right, the network, the social network for women. The where my mouse is.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't stereotype me.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
stereotype.
Don't stereotype
Summoning
me.
everybody there. So as you can see, just before you start, you see these little pink thumbs up. So I'll ask Elisa will start explaining in her own words what she sees in the sketch. And as she does so, feel free to take some of the pink thumbs if there is something in this particular sketch that you already really like, just as she's going through the story. And then when she's done, we will ask, just like in the beginning, we did, will the real person please stand up? So we'll ask the person who did this sketch to take over from Elisa and clarify anything, and we can also ask questions at that time. So Elisa, please.
Okay. Am I supposed to just to describe it, or also can I also express some opinions about it? Just to describe it for now?
For now, yes, it's more reflection of what you see and how you interpret this sketch.
Okay, so what I can see, it's a very nice idea for a social network. It might also look as an app, it seems to me, where women who are entrepreneurs can share their projects and talk to each other. And there is also kind of an assessment of who they are. So what's their previous knowledge and at which level of the development of their ideas they are. And then there is a very interesting feature, which is PitchBot, that helps you prepare and that you can talk to and give suggestions about your pitch. And then you have a lot of support material that you can use, and you can also evaluate your peer activities. So there is kind of a peer system, reviewing system. And then it's possible to have some analytics on the pitch, how many views they had, comments, if an investor view it, if they left a comment on it, and the presentation can be shared on other social networks. And then there is a final part in which the most voted pitches will go can get like can get into a financing round where anybody that is interested, it's kind of an open environment. So the first one, it's a more like inside the network, and then we have this seasonal financing round. That's what I read through the sketches.
All right. Thank you, Elisa. So I am very curious now. Who has done this beautiful sketch? Very elaborate.
I have. It's my sketch.
Thomas.
Wow, well done, Thomas.
Yeah,
Very nice.
so
Very
good.
nice.
This gives some celebration.
Yes.
Yay!
Very good.
Just from my perspective, thank you, Alex. You put in a question. That is also something that you can feel free to do. The blue, just copy the blue post-it on the side. You can also write it on your own notepad if you don't want to share it on the board, of course. If you want to add it, keep it for later. But if you want to put a question or some feedback that you already have in mind, well, Elisa was explaining it. Please feel free to put that in as well. So Tomas, did Elisa, does that sound about right to you? Was that where you were going with this?
Yeah, it was exactly what I wanted to do. It's more like a pitching process, becoming democratic, and so women can learn from the pitching process, and the same time they can create an reference network, so the bias is broken by the reference. If someone is biased, but there are 100 views, there are all 5 stars, dozens of comments, the bias can be unmade. And there are also contests. In contests or events in which investors can be part of, and also the users can also help each other and answer the question. It's more like a chatbot with logic. You can build this in numerous app like Typeform or other chatbot application.
Right.
The first question about, is this an IA? Yeah. Based on which criteria which are voted? Yeah, I didn't thought. I don't thought about that, but it would be good to have some criteria to evaluate the ideas predetermined. That's all.
Okay. Does anybody else have questions for Tomas based on what he's added to Elisa's explanation? No?
For me, pretty clear.
Pretty clear? Okay.
Yes.
And let's go to the next one. Thank you so much, Tomas. And thank you, Elisa. Gia, I can only see your forehead again. Would you like to pick another sketch that you would like to share your explanation for? What are you seeing? Do you have a preference, or do you want me to pick one for you?
Now let me see which one I can understand the handwriting. This one, the global challenge, the challenge bootcamp.
All right.
So let me see if I can understand. So apparently this is a bootcamp getting together investors, female entrepreneurs, companies and incubators. Start your journey today. So it seems it would be a sort of a website that connects resources, Bootcamp Island. So I'm not sure if it means it would be something in person or digital. And then design sprint kit. So it seems that it would have a part where they would have resources and challenges to register. And the pitch wall, hide video. This guy's, pitch wall. So they would be able to film their pitch, but by hiding the video, disguising their voice, and they'll be able to search videos by tags. So it seems to be a platform where you'd be able to network, get resources, so and pitch your ideas in an anonymous way. So kind of a way to protect yourself from bias.
Okay.
That's my understanding from this.
Okay.
Did this sketch?
Let's see. Who sketched this?
It's mine. It's mine.
Did I
So-
understand it correctly, Elisa?
Yeah. Very. It's exactly what it is. I thought about it like, this is supposed to be a website. At the beginning, I thought about a boot camp that was going to be like in a place, in a real place. But then I thought about these happy times of COVID, and then I switched to the global virtual challenge boot camp. And the idea is that somehow investors and females go experiment something together. At the beginning, they will work on a different project, not on the idea of their, they are not going to work at the beginning on the female entrepreneurs project. So they have kind of a test. It can be a week, can be 2 days on a different challenge that it's given by companies or incubators. So it's kind of an open innovation project. And then at the end, after they have worked on this project, female entrepreneurs can check what they prepared for their pitch, for their idea, and present it through a pitch wall, where you can also decide to hide the video or disguise the voice of the person who's pitching. And for the boot camp, there is kind of a world. I don't know why it came to my mind like this, like a game in which you can play and you can go to different islands. There is resources that might be training or other kinds of tools. There are the design sprint tools, and there is a place where you can network. And then there is the boot camp itself that will be this 2 days challenge or a week challenge, and the challenges are provided by the companies. I was kind of integrating some of the actors we talked about.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. Any questions? Yay! You're screen sharing, so I I can do the celebration again. But it's more fun if it's on your screen, so everybody on YouTube can see it too.
Yes.
Thank
But I
you.
guess it goes for everyone. Everyone can see if you do it,
exactly.
everyone can see it. So yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Do you have any questions for Elisa still? No, very silent. Okay. Then I would like to ask Tomas to pick another sketch.
Pick no bias org. Org.
All right.
It was the author, besides explain the idea, it gave us an example of how it will work on a storytelling structure. So for Luisa, have an idea and she struggled to get funding, so she found nobias.org, and which is a platform where people can get their business idea and can get their business idea presented by other users at the platform. So you build the basic structure, describe your business and why the problem is worth solving. And another features you can provide to at the platform, submit the full the information, and you can see another user talking about pitching her idea. that's what that's my impression.
Right. Thank you. So who did this sketch?
This one's mine.
All right.
So this
Right.
is supposed to be, thanks so much for presenting. So this is kind of supposed to be more of a platform for investors that are that would like to really do things differently. There will be like nobias.org, where the people would have a platform. It's a bit in the same line as Elisa's idea, except it's really more for investors that really want to change their mind and do things differently. So we're providing them with a tool where they can know that the pitches that they receive are anonymous. So the person that submits the pitch just puts as a QR code that identifies it. So they need to describe, do their lean business model canvas, explain why they're doing it, their audience, their value proposition, explain if they have a team member or not, and then they click randomly assign a pitcher, and someone else in the group is randomly assigned to pitch their idea. And yeah, and it connects the investors with the pitchers, but in a total anonymous and strictly fact-based business idea element.
I see a question. Would this be public? I'm not entirely sure what the
Now, what does this question mean?
Yeah.
This question means is when Paul is pitching the idea of Luisa, would this be public or would he review that before?
No, this would be used in pitching events. You know, like when the venture companies hold pitching events and startup events, people would use this to subscribe and reach ideas. So imagine that you're organizing an event. You have like 5 people that register to be the pitchers. So no relation whatsoever. Just 5 people to be the pitchers, like volunteers. And whenever that an investment company or there's a startup day or a venture company wants to hold an event, they use this platform, they take out the information, they see the randomly assigned pitcher, which is a volunteer, but someone with no connection, and just they pitch. How can we assure the quality of the pitch? Well, you can assure it by having a pool of pitchers and deciding, okay, you guys are going to be the pitcher group. So you have experience in pitching, you know how to do it, and you pitch the idea. The main point to assure quality is that we ask the right questions about the business idea. So they need to do a lean canvas business model, a value proposition canvas, clarify the audience, the funding requested, why is this problem being solved? So basically, the entrepreneur itself prepares the pitch. Then the volunteer, the random pitcher, would basically just have to repeat and, I don't know, so they wouldn't really have to present anything extra. The main information would be prepared by the entrepreneur itself. It's really more focused on making sure that the investors don't have the gender bias and just have the idea, the facts, and the data when the idea is submitted.
All right. Thank you, Gia.
Can the pitchers
Another question, thank you.
Be professionals of public speaking? I hadn't thought about that, but why not? As long as they don't have any connection to the people pitching. Now that I'm thinking about it, like really just random volunteers. No connection with the businesses or whatever.
It's a yes and happening here.
Yeah. yeah, true.
Yeah, I was just writing the answer. So
yeah, yes, and maybe when the venture company is preparing the event and they ask for random pitchers, they make them sign a document saying, I have no relation whatsoever with none of the people registered for this, for the pitch. Although, how would they know that?
Well, it's still a declaration.
Well,
they discover you.
They would have no idea of knowing. They would have no idea of knowing if they're related or not. It's random.
Yeah, that's what you do in research, like academic research. You're supposed to write that you don't have like interests or something.
Yeah. Yeah, in this case, it's random
It's
picks. I
interesting.
don't know anything.
Right. If there are no more questions for Gio for this sketch, I would like to move on to the next one.
Have we celebrated already?
Ooh, not yet.
Thank you, Gisela.
Thank you. Yeah.
Woo!
Woo.
Oh, confettis, confettis. I'm a happy girl.
Fetis? What's fetis?
Confetti.
I'm a simple woman.
Ah,
I see
confetti.
confettis, I press like.
Okay.
I'm a simple man. I love the confettis too.
Me too. We were talking yesterday that we might need to add another feature in Mural. That's just the confetti. That's like the video beta.
But is it the
thing, or we
Italian
can do
word?
other-
Confetti is the Italian word? Confetti?
I don't know.
Confetti?
That's a good question. And
Because
Usually
we
it
have
is
it.
the Italian word. You write it
It's
like you write it in Italian, confetti.
okay.
Yes.
No, I've never heard it in an English context, so I was interested.
I think it's the same word in
Confetti,
many.
confetti.
Yeah. Do a confetti song. All right. So we have 2 sketches left. Let's see. I would like to ask Sachi to pick one of the
Yeah.
sketches.
Okay. So I'm picking the third one. It's more about the dating app.
Ah. Yep. I'll see here.
Okay. So as far from my knowledge, this is more on aligning the team, aligning the entrepreneur as well as aligning the investor. So initially, startup have more importance to be in a team, and aligning the as a team with the investor is more important than only the idea. So the app is more about the aligning the entrepreneur with the investor. Initially, when he comes, or probably it's a physical, or it's a probably, I assume it's physical as well as digital, or it can be into digital also, because initially people come, they meet, greet, they will introduce themselves, right? Then investor comes and entrepreneur comes, they will discuss few things, probably in the either ways, either in uh, text form or in voice form. If it's voice form, then again we have a question, whether it's a female voice or it's a manipulated voice, right? That's the question we have now. But yes, let's say people are talking each other and aligning themselves in their original voice, so they are building a trust among themselves instead of not building a trust. When they are aligning themselves, then they are going, so that means they are matching themselves, right? Whatever the value entrepreneur is giving, the investor is getting the same value, right? And if the whole sum is, when investor have the same value, he likes to invest whether the idea is good or not, right? He is more on the team wise. So then it goes to the app where they will talk about the deep questions, more about their profile, performance, and at that time they do pitch, and then they get understand more each other. Probably it can be a kind of, as I can see it, when these guys are pitching, it can be a it can be a manipulated pitch, so that investor can't see who is pitching, man or woman, but person is pitching the things, or he or she, or whatever the manipulated voice we are pitching. When investor is confident on the things, then they will see again to the entrepreneur, and then ask you questions again on that. It's more like voice kind of thing, and after that they will celebrate the things. Probably. Does it make sense? It's like a dating app. You don't know. It's a blind dating app. You don't know whom you are talking about. But yes, whenever you get a connection, you will say this is my entrepreneur kind of thing.
Right. Thanks a lot, Sachin. This is actually mine.
Mm.
And I went with and a lot of I couldn't decide. So there's actually 2 kind of ideas that might be matching up or not. I don't know. But yeah, it sounds about right. I first went for a physical environment because I started thinking about the bootcamp, and the quote is actually not mine. It's from someone I met in Startup Weekend. When we were preparing for pitches, who said like actually they would really want to know about who you have on your team. So the slide in your pitch deck that's about your team and your background and all of that is apparently super important. So that kind of got me thinking of, okay, but how is this going to work if we're going to hide gender? And this is something that they look for. So then I decided, what if we flip it entirely around and we align them on an individual personal level first? So like a dating app indeed, where you match on a profile with someone based on more deeper questions in life. Like, and it could be funny questions or it could be philosophical questions, like these psychological things that Lisa might know more about. And if they have a match on that personal value level, then they move to the next step where they say like, hey, I also have this idea and problem that I'm trying to solve, and I would like to pitch this as a business idea to you. So in that sense, you're kind of circum how do you say that again? Like you're going around the stereotype and the gender bias in a totally different way. But it is more a bit of a longer, maybe a longer route. But I don't know. Yeah, well, that was my thinking. And then the bottom one was we're having so much TV shows on blind auditions. So the blind pitching kind of, and if we want to create awareness on the whole process, why not make it public? Why not do a TV show on pitching instead of a Dragon's Den, but more on in this way of the Masked Singer and The Voice? But it was a little bit of a separate thing, but I did want to share.
It came to my mind exactly the same. I was thinking about The Voice and
yeah. Okay, so I see
Boogie Hedgehog Dan.
Yeah. I see one question. Would this be happening with hiding the gender? What does the question mean?
So the question is from, it's my question, and I thought like for this first part, the matching and bringing the values together, so to say, on an individual level, would this hide the gender? Because, yeah, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't
maybe online it could. I don't know. Online it could, but there can be an online part and a physical part. If you're going to do a boot camp, and this is definitely investors who, like what Gia said, who are already thinking like, I want to challenge myself as well and do this in a different way. So if you would have a boot camp, then they would meet up together. And then so you wouldn't be able to hide the gender, but initially they wouldn't be able to talk about, they're not supposed to talk about pitches yet. They just want to get to know each other.
Mm-hmm. So Pam, sorry, is it for both female and male entrepreneurs, right?
I would say so. Yes, I would mix them up.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was me. Yeah. I'll give myself confetti too. Thank you very much for explaining that.
Thank you, Pam.
And then we have one sketch left, and I would like Alex.
Yes.
If you will, to be the one to go over this sketch.
Yes.
So it's this one, last one at the top.
Don't. Okay. Okay. So it's femaleblossom.com. It's a boot camp. Welcome to a networking and boot camp session. That would be a landing page that shows already pitches that have happened. There would be a video on it. There would be inspiring and persuading people to show the recent funding. So someone already got funding through this boot camp, so show the successes. There are then, from this landing page, you can see the bootcamp sessions. You see the past sessions, how they went, so that you can build trust with that one. And you have the upcoming sessions, and you can participate about that. You would have like the detail page, like the description. It might be around a specific topic about femtech or in fintech or other things like that. And you can actually join and sign up for that. You get as well a lot of resources. There's techniques to build the pitch and skills. And respective page will open from there on. So you have like all the things to prepare for the boot camp within that. So it's about a website where you have a lot of inspiration, a lot of materials as well to prepare your pitch, and you can join a certain boot camp in the future if you like to as a startup. That's the way I understood it. I hope I got it right.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Yeah.
I think this is Sashin's sketch. That's the only.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Alex have explained in a very well. I have added a kind of trust factor, persuasion factor, where we can build a trust whenever people are coming on this site. Initially, it's we need to build the trust among the people, and then it's more on the networking session. People can do the networking. It's more about it's more about the Pamela's concept, aligning them, being into the boot camp, and then joining the for pitches, so that they get a better funding from them. Instead of male female gender bias, it's on the other side, but you know each other first, then do the pitching part. It's more on that. And if you are not good at pitching, there are resources where you learn about that, and then go to the networking side, boot camp session, so you can interact with the people, and then probably do the pitching after that when you are talking with the investors. It's more on that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Amazing.
90%. Yeah, most of the 100% accurate, Alex. Yeah, on the explanation part. So that's why I have to cut down my explanation. Thank you very much, Alex, for
Thank you,
explaining that.
Sachin, for this
Thank
nice.
you. Any other questions for Sashin? Oh, well, everybody. Yay!
Yay.
And thanks to all of us because we made it.
Yeah. One
We-
one question for Sachin. Would that be
Yeah.
these boot camps virtual, or would they be in person?
So majorly because of the COVID, it can be virtual because everybody is on virtual, and you can get maximum mass. But if it's a physical, you have limited people. So first you can be a virtual session. Then if you are aligned to them, then can be a physical session after that, because you can reach more and more people in virtual session at least for the initial concept to understand them.
All right. Thank you. Okay. So our next step would be to vote. So instead of doing a mural dot vote, Robert has at the top, and well, you don't have to put your name, Elisa, if you don't want to. You can keep it
Oh, I'm
anonymous.
so sorry.
You can, but you don't have
You
to.
can, but you don't have to. So I'm just saying, like, not everybody has to do what Elisa is doing. So you can
Pam?
keep it anonymous. Yes.
Sorry, might I suggest something? Because at the end it says, if there is a tie, there's a decider vote.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
if it-
done yet.
I'm sorry. So if so, maybe we now agree on the decider.
That is
before.
exactly what I was going to do. So
Just-
I'm going to go. We're going to vote, but this vote is a little bit different than what we're used to. So everybody gets one vote, one blue and one green, and it's pretty clear, self-explanatory in the dots, but I'll go over it. So you get one vote to elect your top sketch. So you pick one of the sketches that you like the best, the total of it. And you also get one green vote, and you can place that on any of the sketches that you've seen, and you pick one feature that you particularly like and would like to take into consideration to go forward. So as Alex already mentioned, it is possible that we have a tie. And normally, in a normal sprint, we would have a decider, who we do not really have in this case. And kaboom chish, as Robert put in there, it would be wise for us to decide who would be the decider in that case. So if there is a tie, so if there is no tie, we do not need this to ask the decider for his final vote, but just in case. So how would we like to proceed with this? Does anybody want to be the decider? Does anybody feel that someone else should be the decider?
A woman should be the decider, please.
Sorry?
A woman.
A
A
woman?
woman should be the decider. Okay.
And
So-
you're facilitating the exercise. You can be the decider.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
I
exactly
agree.
the same.
All right.
Pam,
I-
you are the decider.
Okay. Thank you.
Big
will.
responsibility.
That is a
Yeah.
very big responsibility. It is. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Please don't
Let's
make me do this.
lay some weight on her shoulders. It's totally
Yeah.
super.
Please don't make me do
important.
this. Please don't make me do this. And as Elisa was already putting her name in the dots, again, you are perfectly fine if you want to make your vote known, what you're voting for, and if you want to keep it anonymous, that's also fine. But we're going to be on the same board moving around, so we will see each other's mouse. Unless you don't want to, then you can see hide my mouse, and then we won't see what you're doing. So yeah, I won't put the timer. I think it's fine. Please go ahead and cast your vote. And if you need some time to gather your thoughts, that's also fine. I'll just see where the votes go. I have one question, Alex.
Yes.
Given that I am also the decider, does that also mean that I'm going to have to vote? Because I was actually going to refrain from voting.
I would say yes. First of all, you don't have your decider hat on right now, but you are the facilitator and part of the group, so you would vote.
Yeah.
And if then there is a tie, you put on your decider hat, which we
Yeah.
definitely need to see. But yeah.
Alrighty.
Something happened. No bias is moving. Who's moving no bias?
I'm trying to put.
Oh,
Do Control X, Control V.
No.
Do Control X, Control V.
Yeah.
So it will be on top.
Control X, Control V.
Yeah. Just select that particular dot. Control X, Control V.
Because I was trying to drag it. Okay.
Why this is
Features
happening?
we can put more than one, right?
no, in this case, you get only one. So there's one vote for cool feature, one vote for top sketch.
And the cool feature, I suppose, has to be put on the cool feature, like the specific
Yes.
on the specific cool feature.
Yes. So make it clear with your vote what the feature is that you are actually wanting to move forward with.
Oh no, what's going on? Gia, you're bringing things around.
No, because it was moved. I don't know. Like I'm moving like two things at the time. Okay.
Wait,
Now
I will
it's-
block.
Okay.
I can block some of that. Okay, I voted.
Top sketches. Thank you. If
I
you
voted too.
I was going to say, if you voted, can you please raise your hand? If you have not voted, then I will see who has. Have you voted? Casted all your votes? Casted both your votes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not yet. Okay, you have. All right. All right, then let's have a look. I think I will not need my decider vote. As I can see, the top sketch is for nobias.org with 4 votes. And let's look for some cool features. Let's see, I have 1 vote for the challenge bootcamp. And where's the last one? The last one is for the voice, the pitch of UK or US. All right, and then see the cool features. I see 1 cool feature here in the middle. I'm not sure if anybody lost there or is it?
I don't know.
All right.
I was trying to
Well,
choose
let's assume-
the feature in the pitch wall.
Sorry?
I was trying to choose the feature in the pitch wall. I don't think I missed anything. I'm just saying because I was dragging around. I don't know what I was doing with Mural. I was just dragging around. Okay.
All right. So I'm looking at the, let's see where we have some cool features. I have 2 on the pitch bot over here. And then 2 on the pitch wall over here. and then 2 down here for the dating app element. All right, very interesting results. Thank you very much. Ha! I'm going to give myself another confetti moment.
Woo! Yes.
Very good.
Woo!
So we're going to move to step 3, which is Elisa going to be facilitating this. We're an hour in. Do we feel like a break or do we want to move straight on?
We
Do
feel
take
like a break,
another-
break,
please.
All
please.
right, so
Okay, let's make a break.
let's take
Bio break. Bio break. 10 minutes.
Bio break, bio break, bio break.
definitely 10 minutes. So let's take a
Okay.
10-minute break and we'll see you back at 12 past the hour.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Mwah.
We are on
Thank you,
YouTube.
everyone.
Yes, genau, exactly.
Hello.
Hello, back again.
Oh, wait. I was listening to your video on YouTube, Alex.
Which one?
The marmelade. Blitz
Ah.
marmelade.
So it's German. So
Yeah,
sure.
I know. I'm trying to learn, and tomorrow in the interview they will ask me something because I have just a very basic knowledge, and so they want to check what I understand. So I was practicing with you.
Okay, that's great.
Apart from tut mir leid and this kind of things, I don't understand it. And Tage and some other words,
Okay.
vocabulary is still missing. But I will be better.
And thanks for sharing my post.
No, it was very interesting, and I really like.
And everyone else, thanks for liking and commenting. That helps
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
really like this the posts with not the instruction, but like kind of advice for others. I like this kind
Well,
of.
yeah, I try to do posts now more and more that that have value and not so much that I'm cool. Try to combine that. So Pamela is just back on point. How is everyone? How is the energy?
I think my partner would be surprised.
So the energy is good. Can I have a thumbs up from everyone if you feel good? Gisela, how are you?
Pam is feeling great.
Woohoo!
She's dancing.
Very good. Then just be in the vibe, and I think Elisa, it's your turn.
We can go into the step 3. I see that you are all on the mural. So what we are supposed to do now, following Robert's leading instructions, is to work on the sketch that we voted, so the nobias.org, and try to image the flow of the interaction with our users. And it's something that we will first do individually, and then we will vote on the flow that we think fits best. And then we will have also the chance to vote on the card that we prefer, and it might be in another row. But let's go one step
at a time.
At a time. Thank you very much. And I'm tired, I cannot remember English. So we will go one step at a time. Each of us has a line, a row, and as you can see from the name. And my suggestion, which is also Robert's suggestion, is to start with the first step and then go to the last, and then kind of fill the cards in between. But you don't have to fill all of them if you don't feel like you need 6 steps in the middle. Okay, so you can leave some of the white ones free. I think that we can take something like 4 minutes, Alex, for this exercise. Maybe 5. It would take, I don't know. I think it takes a little bit to think about it.
Wasn't there something like about the last step, so that we have a common goal, that we agree on that?
Yeah, so the last step should be the last action on the storyboard.
So
yeah,
it's
put
just
it in the instructions.
Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. I do it differently. So we will start with the first, and then let's go through the instructions. Find your image in the row below and submit the first step of the solution sketch. Write down the last step of the solution sketch at the right hand of the side. No, sorry, I don't understand what you said.
You write the last step of the sketch. In this case, the last step is the mixed pitching.
No, sorry. I'm getting confused. So the first thing that you do is write the first step, then you go and you write
Yes,
the last step, and then you go through the
yes,
middle,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I thought that. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So that's what we're supposed to do, and we're going to do
I
it.
mean, at the end of the day, we need to fill it, but we don't need to follow step by step. Like, we just need to.
No, I know, Gia. Sorry, I thought that I didn't understand what you were saying to me. Okay, so let's start now. We will have 4 minutes, and then if we need more, we can go again to the timer. Thank you, timekeeper. If
Go
you could-
ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. We have 1 minute left, but I think we need a little bit more, Alex. Something like 2 minutes more.
I add
least.
2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
There's one thing missing here that was in the other boards. The combined.
Which
The
one?
combined?
Yeah, the combined, because first we choose a row, but then we choose which cards we liked the most in each row. And then there was one that is the combined story flow. After we voted on all the cards that were our favorites.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's from last GVDS, but this one goes a little bit different.
No, but also for this GVDS, there was the combined one. We were doing it in other teams. We kept the combined.
Okay.
We could, yeah, go, Alex.
Yeah, of course we can do it, but I think this exercise was done. Each person is given 2 votes, one to select their favorite user flow and the other to choose their favorite card from any step in a user flow.
Yeah, that's why then there's a bar to do the combined, so you can put.
Yes, and
together all
that
the
is then the
cards.
next. That is then the next step, where we go.
Can I
bring
have
that
some more
together.
time, please?
Yes.
And that's the step that I'm saying is missing. There's not the combined bar here.
I would say that this is step 4. Start creating storyboards for your prototype, and that is what
You will put
I
on
would
this.
I would just 1 second check the new template from Robert. We will keep the exercise for now.
Okay.
Since
It's because the other one on step 4 says screens.
Below that you will combine it, huh?
Yeah. Now usually there's the line in the bottom that says, okay, let's combine, and then you do the screens.
let the other finish the exercise without talking too much. So no, I'm checking the, well, I will tell you later. Okay, 1 minute left.
Does anyone need more time?
I don't think so. Okay. Thank you, Alex, for timekeeping. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hate this sound. Okay. So no, what we're missing here are the votes. We can do the votes with the voting system, or we can, I don't know, copy some dots, but we have to express our preference on an entire flow. So you will have 2 votes. First one to select the flow that you prefer, and then, oh, somebody is bringing the dots. I see a
Do
dot.
you want dots?
Yeah, we can have,
I will bring it.
as you prefer. We can have, yes, we can have 2 different colors.
I would go for a voting session because
You will go for voting. Okay.
I think that's the best one.
Okay, we will be quicker.
I would argue to vote for the best flow on the avatar and the card of the flow that you like in any flow.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I think
yeah,
everyone has to read through it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we want to read them out loud, or do we want to read them in silence?
No, we should read them out loud. If Alex, do you want to start with yours?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, the female entrepreneur struggles finding investing. She researches alternative funding options. She finds nobuyers.org. She applies and fills out all the necessary information, so like the canvases and so on. Her idea gets automatically matched with an experienced presenter. They connect and talk about how to do the best pitch. The pitch is recorded and reviewed, and the pitch presentation is done by someone else.
Okay, then we have,
Yes.
thank you, Alex. We have Sachin.
So as soon as we, as an entrepreneur, get a valuable idea, probably he was struggling with the funding, and then as soon as he got to know about No Bias org, she submitted her idea on that and follow the prescribed steps, whatever is written on the website, and submit it. After that, she will allocate it to a random pitcher who can pitch her idea, and if required, she can talk to him or her, majorly him, about explaining her idea, why that idea is more important than that. And after that, she is okay with judging the idea based on her merit instead of being into the area.
Okay, thank you very much. Then Thomas.
First, she sees an interesting pitch, and surprisingly, she discovered it was presented by and not by the owner of the idea. So she accessed the site and understand how it works. She has registered on the platform, add her idea data. Someone volunteers to present her idea. She approves the pitch. And finally, the idea is shared on the platform and the investor decides to finance it.
Okay, then we have a very long flow from Pam.
There's only one extra.
I know, I was kidding. I was just looking for
That's
yours.
okay. Anyway, so first a female entrepreneur, she has an idea and she's looking how to get funded. And she goes to the bank and she faces all mails at the bank and she's a little bit put down by all the questions that are going on. So she goes home and researches other options online and she finds the nobias.org platform. And she fills out the information. And if she cannot do it, she gets some help to be able to fill that out. And then when it's all done, she's matched to a pitcher and she has connects with the pitcher to get her story across the way that she wants it to be presented. And then, so the anonymous or the volunteer pitcher does the pitch and it's recorded and it's reviewed. And then she gets feedback, basically a no or a yes on the business proposal as it is.
Okay, thank you very much. Gia?
Hi, so mine is like the sketch. So she's trying to find pitches. She researches pitch and funding opportunities. She finds the website, nobias.org, reads through the website, submits the form anonymously with the idea details and funding needed, receives QR code as ID participant number, assigns herself a random pitcher, and then the idea is pitched randomly assigned pitcher and being judged solely on its merits.
Okay, perfect. Then we have mine. So a female entrepreneur looking for funding sees an advertising about nobias.org. She goes to the dedicated website, researches pitches by tags, and then she starts watching other pitches. And finally, she decides to subscribe and submit hers. And she has to fill some templates with her business idea. And then she will listen to her project being pitched, and then she discovers that one investor liked the project. Okay, now that we all read our proposals, we will start with the voting session. So you will have just one vote, and you have to put that vote on the picture that corresponds to the flow that you like the most. And then we will do a second voting session for the favorite card.
So we do that combined already? So you give everyone two votes?
We can also do that combined. So we will, let me give the name.
Is it going to be messy if we do that combined now?
No, I think
we are all experienced.
I think yes, exactly.
With the
no,
tool.
but what I mean is to see the results. It's not going to be the same. If we vote on the picture, then we see the flow. But then the idea is that separately, you go through the cards. You see which one is your favorite in each row, which one can be combined with the others, and then you have the combined flow in the end.
Yes, Gia, but the when we close the first window that appears, it will be clear what is the result, because we will then first look at the icons of the people and then we will look at the cards. It can be confusing just at the very beginning when we have the first window opening, but if you close it immediately, we will then see the cards. Let's try and do it.
Should I add then the combined row?
What do you mean?
Let's go step by step. Just first do the voting and then see how we are going to go forward.
Okay.
Okay, so we're voting. We have each 2 votes, one for favorite row and one for favorite card. Please put the one for the favorite row on the icon of the person. The other one goes to the card, of course. Okay, and the voting session is beginning now. Okay, almost done.
I'm not very good at making decisions. I'm sorry.
No problem. There are a lot of cards and they're all very interesting.
We know somebody to blame now.
Yes.
Hashing is in a mean mood today.
Well, that's still.
Well, he's wearing his Godfather hat, so maybe that explains it. Maybe if you put a little happy, okay, maybe I should shut up and start making decisions.
Yes, maybe.
Pam, don't get distracted. Let's all look badly at Pam.
I have a 2-screen, so I cannot see you anymore.
It's peer pressure, virtual peer pressure.
Okay.
Okay, she did it. Thank you very much, Pam. And I'm ending the voting session, and I will suggest you to just close immediately the window. So regarding the story, the storyboards, we have Pam, which is a winner, and then with 3 unique votes. And then we have the cards. The ones that we liked were these. I'm going to just color them very quickly. So we have the, it's interesting because we chose almost the same. So we have her idea gets automatically matched with an experienced presenter. So this characteristic about having presenters who are experienced. And then we have the exploration of the website, which is starts watching other speeches. So she has the chance to go around in the platform. Okay, I think it went well. We have our flow, which is the one from Pam, and we can decide to move it down to under the, I actually checked the mirror from Robert. It's exactly like this, like ours. So we can take the flow from Pam. Pam, are you going to do it?
I'm doing it, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. And we can put it right under the new one.
Why is it not working? Sorry.
Okay, and I think that Alex is going to facilitate this last part of the exercise.
Yes. Well, let's maybe enrich with the cards that has been voted in the steps.
Yes.
The flow.
Where would we like to position this one within the flow?
So she matched with the picture.
This one can be
on the right side. Yeah.
I'm just going to drag it over there, and so start watching other pitches
in between this. Yeah,
I would go in between. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go and move them here. We will have to make some space, I think. Pam, are you doing it, or we can do it together? You start from the left part and I start from the right part, and we can copy them inside the boxes. And if we need more space, we will create more.
We need more.
We need more?
We need more.
Yeah.
Can
give
you
me
can you
more.
3,
yeah.
4, 5, 6,
How
7,
many
8,
steps do we have there?
11. Total is 11. In
Okay, so we will
between
move it
maybe
a little.
Maybe we can combine some steps. I'm not sure.
Also, wait, do you have a proposal for that, Alex?
No, not yet, not yet. But maybe so. While let me read out the last exercise for today. Start
so
creating
she has
storyboards for
sorry,
your
please.
start creating storyboards for your prototype now that you have a primary storyboard flow and related components to work with. Let's put that all together in a representative storyboard to capture what each part of the experience looks like. Place cards from step 3, that is the one before, into their proper places in the exercise, step 1, step 2, and so on. Place images and components from step 3 into their places in the screen areas below. Pleasure.
Okay.
Indicate which team members will work on a particular screen. The designer roles in the group would plan a prototyping schedule between now and Thursday or now and Friday. Okay, let's go about it. I'm not sure about the second one. Place images and components from step 3 into their places in the screen areas below. I could imagine that he means step 2, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's from step 2.
So maybe we can really match from first to last action the different steps.
Yeah, one thing, sorry,
Yes?
Alex. No,
Go
one
ahead.
thing that I was thinking about the flow that Pam wrote is that maybe we can remove the first 2 parts, which are actually the statement of the problem. The first one is like the statement of the problem, like she's looking a way to get funded. And she's a little bit, it's more about her mood. What do you think, Pam?
Well, actually, we could
I
combine.
think for the screens, it has to be like it's what's going to be used for the prototype. So I would start just with the platform.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would suggest we'd start just with the platform.
So she finds platform,
finds
no
the
bias.
platform.
No, not fine. Like we already do the first screen would be the first screen of the platform. What would it say? Like the splash intro screen.
We could do that, or an alternative is to take a little bit from prototyping and think about where she might find it, because she's researching online options.
That's
yeah,
also
but that doesn't go on a screen, so doesn't
No,
really
but
matter.
you know
Well, it depends.
that's right. But it says here like first action step is the first one, and the second one is
Well, so it would be the first action on how you get into the platform, how you log into the platform.
Yeah, so maybe she researches online, like something like a Google.
Login
She sees an ad.
we could
Right.
as well say that the first step is how she finds the platform, which is off platform, and that you start with the platform then in the second screen. Obviously, the first action then would not be prototype but that gives us a little bit of background how people.
Yeah, but we really need. I'm just wondering if we really need the background, since this is what's going to be used after for prototyping. We don't need to put. I'm just wondering if we really need to put. Yeah, she was online. She was looking. I mean, let's try and keep it simple and be objective, and really make it simple.
Or add a little bit of context, which can help them do the first landing page.
But then you can put the contest as you put the website, the first screen of the website. You can, when you think of the first screen of the website, you can already give context there. I mean, prototypes usually you don't put in the screens. Oh, I was looking online for this.
Yes, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
So,
So we will start with the platform, and we will not start with what they are doing. That's clear. Okay, let's go for the platform first. So she finds lobice.org, which is then, of course, the first, when she finds it, that is then the first step. That I will
and also let's think if there is a step.
This is also, can we combine this?
Yes, with what?
Her idea get automatically matched with the experienced person, and she matched it to a picture. These two are the same thing because there is no screen adding to it. One
Yes.
is matching, another is selection. So we can combine these two. We can put these two blocks in the same idea.
Okay, I put them like this for the first,
Yeah.
but let's go step by step. So she finds the
Yeah.
platform mobiles.org. That would be the first one, and that would be, of course, then the, I don't know, the first page of mobiles.org that she finds. So it's, I call it the landing page.
Yes.
Okay, and
Why
then
does it have Laxman's face?
because I could not because I didn't have the bandwidth to customize that part. I'm sorry for that.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was the there
No,
we go. I was just
no,
looking at
no.
it now.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
No problem. I just found it funny. It sounded cool. Because
So the
I'm
next,
working with him in the other
so the next one is
She starts surface. Yes,
she
she
starts
starts.
watching, let's say, exploring. She's
Yes.
exploring it a little bit, which I
Mhm.
would say is the basic mood around there. Um, and then the next one is that starts watching it. Oh, she fills information, and if she if she can't, and she can get help. So that is
Okay, there will be like a subscription in login or something, registering something like this, maybe.
you don't
maybe
get credit
that's
in
The
already
whole form.
before. Maybe that's already before.
I don't know. Maybe she wants to explore before deciding to subscribe or
I think so.
enroll.
The thing is,
I think
you don't subscribe. You submit. So it should be a
Yeah.
platform which she can watch the videos. She can watch past events, past videos, but you don't necessarily subscribe because it's supposed to be anonymous. So you only
Yeah.
submit a
well,
form.
But
I
you have to
understand,
get somehow
but you have to,
notified
yeah,
when it's matched and so on.
exactly. You have to
Yeah,
give
need
but
an
some
that's
kind-
after. Yeah, but that's after you submit your form. Then we can put an like a message in the screen that says you've been matched.
But I think that that's not important, because the most important part will be that the investors don't see who is the owner. But if the people who manage the platform know the owner, what's the problem in that? I mean, I will subscribe. Maybe she can get advice or more personalized assistance. I don't
Yeah,
see
but
any problem with
imagine
that.
that the platform is bought by an institution and they have access to the people that register. The idea is that it's absolutely anonymous. So what she does is that she goes into the website, she clicks submit application, she enters a form where she puts all the data, like I had in my solution sketch. She puts in all the data, submits it, and then, like Alex was saying, she could have like a message saying, "Okay, click, you've been matched," because she clicks the button saying assign random picture, and then
Okay.
immediately she gets click. She
Okay, but I
immediately
think
gets someone.
Let's discuss this when we are at this
Yeah.
step. Let's get the screens right first, and
Mhm.
we already have good discussion here. But
The
so first of all, she gets automatically matched. The next one is she works with the picture to get her story across. That is then step number 5. So it's like a it's like a Q&A, I would say. So I call it like that. We can do it. This is ideas get automatically matched. So this is, I think, the AI matching component. And she works with her pitch gets recorded and is reviewed by her. That is then, oops. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, sorry, that was not what I meant with that step, actually. It gets recorded and reviewed, is reviewed by investors. Or
Okay, but
viewed.
that is then 2 things, right?
It's,
So it's
no,
recorded.
it's
Yeah,
just
maybe
you.
you're right. I didn't want to add another post-it, but maybe you're right. Maybe it should be on 2 separate parts. in the step.
Okay, this is getting such a mess.
So for me, she works with the pitcher to get her story across, is the iteration, and he records it and she looks at it and then she makes some tweaks.
okay.
Mhm. So that is, so the pitch is
So it's
recorded
more
and
upload.
can-
Put it on
viewed.
upload. Upload it.
Mhm.
Mhm. And then there is the review by the investor, right, Pam?
Viewed by the investors, yeah.
Yeah,
Or is it
that
fine?
is step, we don't have that, so I put it in here. Review by investor.
Does that get a separate screen though?
Let's discuss in a
Yeah.
sec.
Okay, we will. Sorry.
And then she's getting feedback if she gets a business proposal or not. That's the last step. I put that in here as the last action step. So we have now laid out the so place cards from step 3 until their proper places in the exercise step 1, step 2, step 3. I think that is what we have done now. So we put, now we enrich this with components. It says from step 3, but I think from the left side, so from step 2, from all our sketches. Maybe we don't have that, but that is the landing page of nonbias.org. That's the first one. So this is obviously a website that says nobias.org, right?
Yeah, it can be a web app and
So nobias.org. Is there anything that we? So what is there to be seen on the site? Maybe.
Alex,
so
can we
on
take the
nonbias.org,
inspiration?
Sorry,
Can we take the
let's go
inspiration?
one at a time.
One after the other. Sachin, go first.
Can we take the inspiration, whatever people have done earlier? From
Yes.
that, what are the areas we can put it into the nobias.org? Because people have thought initially on the things on the home pages, or whatever the step we have. If we can take inspiration from the others page, not non-bias, from the other concepts, whatever we worked on.
We
Yeah.
obviously can.
so the idea that the first splash screen should really just, like any other web app, should be just very simple, say nobias.org, have a short line saying about what they do. For instance, nonbias.org, ensuring um, non-biased relationships between entrepreneurs and investors, or ensuring a non-biased pitch. Since it doesn't need to have a video, but just a small.
I just put it, but an explanation.
Mhm.
And of course, we need some kind of button for more information, I guess.
Yeah. Or you can just say continue or next. Just a simple button, next. And then the next screen, she would probably see a directory.
Let's stay with that screen for a second.
Okay.
And then we go for the next one.
So
So
the
it's
screen, I
like
would just put this and a button saying continue or next.
continue, next.
Yeah, that's it. Like really just simple. The like splash intro screen, super simple.
Nonbias.org, the landing page has an explanation. It continues next and okay, and then she continues. So the second screen here is start watching other pitches. So she's exploring. So
So the second screen should be something like a directory that she has the investors, a repository. So maybe a button that says see past pitches. And she would be able to access all the past videos, past events, to get a feeling of what
we could
happened.
take that from the female blossom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I like this text. Simply matching, great ideas.
Thank you.
I put that here. I just like the repository. You said repository. I like that.
We can also, can I cut the picture?
You can cut the picture. Yes, of course.
Oh, wait, I'm cutting it. 1 sec.
Repository.
No. I can.
Any other ideas
Yes.
regarding this exploring?
Yeah, that should have an option in the second screen to say, do you have an idea to pitch? And then the transition to the third screen, which would be then the form where she
So
would.
there will be a continue button as well on the
I
second
don't know
screen.
why I cannot cut it. Sachin,
Also,
if you can.
No,
cut it.
not to continue, but there should be a button saying, do you have an idea to pitch? So that way,
also
then the people
Sorry,
pitch their own
there is
idea.
Thomas who wants to say something.
for investors, we have to catch them too.
Yes, but that's not in the flow, I think. I think that would be a different part we are focusing at the
But
moment.
it's landing page, you're showing videos. So if someone random investor is interested, it would be good at least to have this. Are
Mhm.
you an investor?
That would be on the first page of mobiles.org directly, right?
Yeah, I'm with Thomas.
Yeah.
We created the story flow from the
Well,
perspective of
actually,
the
you could,
entrepreneur, but not from the investor's perspective
no,
yet.
actually, you could put on the second screen where you have the call to action, share your business idea. You could have two call to actions. One
Yeah.
saying, are you an
Yep.
entrepreneur? Pitch your idea. And another one,
Hmm.
are you an investor? Check
Yeah,
out
like
check out our
I would say
possibilities.
that should not be on the second screen, but that should be at the very beginning. Because if we
Yeah. Landing
if
page.
people enter, I think if our wording is not clear there, we could lose a lot of people. So there should be like we should distinguish all
The thing is, if you
on the first
immediately
side.
put, are you an investor? Then the entrepreneur might be discouraged to continue. Think, oh, this is a website just for investors.
I think we
That's
should
I
make
think.
it. I think we should not make. We should not say, "Are you an investor?" But we should make it clear that you can choose: Are you an investor or are you an entrepreneur? And then
Yeah,
you.
that's why it should be in the second screen. So the first one,
Why should it be in the second screen when I have the
because of
first
the
screen?
flow,
When I
because
have.
of the flow, the first screen.
Could I make my point and then you come off and make your point, Gia?
Yep.
Thank you. So if on the first screen and it says, "Are you an investor or are you an entrepreneur?" That gives a lot of clarity already in the beginning, and then you can follow actually the right flow. And yeah, no, so it's a very clear process from the very beginning. So maybe I think if it is on the second screen, we are confusing more. That's my point.
can I say something very
Then
quickly?
wait. Then you have to create two screens, number two, one for the entrepreneur and one for the investor.
Possibly.
If already from the first screen you're saying, okay, are you an investor, go here, are you an entrepreneur, go here, then you need to create two screens, number two, one for the investors and what they see, and one for the entrepreneur and what they see.
Yeah, it depends on what we're going to be prototyping. So we wrote the story flow for the entrepreneur and not for the investor. So yes, so we
Okay.
can either decide if we're going to, I think this is just my 2 cents. We can decide if we're going to do only one flow and prototype that and test that with female entrepreneurs to see if they would be interested. Or we
Okay.
could create a story flow for the investor to see if they would be interested. But there's two different, you're right, we have two different actors. So we have two different prototypes if we want to see if this is going to work.
So
Elisa,
you are investor.
Elisa, you wanted to say
No,
add
I
something?
just wanted to say something about the way we should discuss this process, because I see that there are some of us who have very clear ideas, some others who might be, I mean, I would like, for sure we had an initial idea, but what I'm suggesting is that we start thinking about it as not as a blank page, but that we discuss and vote on the different solutions instead of just saying what we would like it to be there. That was my suggestion. We had previous ideas; they are all wonderful, and we can incorporate it. But I would like it to be more like something that we build again together. That's what I wanted to say.
I think the together part is important. We are now discussing how we're making Gisella's approach our approach as Team Boogie Hedgehog. And that is where in the middle, and sometimes there are a little bit heated discussions.
Yeah, sure. But let's
that's okay.
like hear everybody and try to make like to vote, for example. If we don't have to discuss it a lot.
Mhm.
I mean, we just vote. For example, if we want to build something for both of the actors, or we are thinking about I don't know, just one of them. Let's decide on that. Pam.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel it's before we continue, maybe we should decide on if we're going to do only the one for the entrepreneurs, and the investor part is just going to be there, but then we're not going to test that flow,
Mhm.
or we want to test both, or maybe switch to the investor side, but that doesn't sound like a very logical thing to do. But I see three options here.
Yes. So let's
One
vote.
moment, I have laid out those three options. I'm going to summon you and we're going to hold a vote on that.
Thank you.
And I give you, sorry, entrepreneur is not spelled right. Entrepreneur, investors, and I'm going to give everyone one vote.
So, but when you mean both, do you mean that we just leave it there, but we don't build it, or we build it completely?
Then we build it completely.
Okay, and the other option is like what Pam was saying, that we build for entrepreneur, but we just leave the tag investor just for testing.
Or the other way around in regards to the,
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We can see your screen, Alex.
I know.
Okay,
I'm working
just
on
saying.
it.
Too late.
I know.
No. And it's still Pam.
Yeah, but yeah,
Everyone can
I'm
have
done.
their time. So
I'm done.
So we're going to end the voting session, and we have 6 unique
And we
votes
have-
on the entrepreneur, which is then a very clear one. And I'm going to start again sharing my screen. That is what I have to do. So we have a button for the investor, but it leads nowhere. And we're going to build the flow for the entrepreneur.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
So
then one
yes.
question we might want to answer is, I think that's where we kind of ended up. Do we place the button on the landing page, or do we place it on the video page? I think that's there we had a little discussion going on there as well.
So from my experience in like digital and web and so on, it is good if you have different target groups that you split them as early as possible.
Yep, I fully agree. I used to be in marketing for 12 years. So with that experience, I would definitely put it on the landing page straight away.
What about Sachin and Thomas? What do you think?
Thomas is fine with
Thomas is just with gestures today, sign language today. What about Sachin? Where would you put it?
So it's both the things, because somebody wants to do the direct submission and somebody wants to see the explanation, want to understand more about the page, and then from there he can submit also.
Yeah, let's
Both
leave
the
it on
things
the
are okay.
landing page.
So for me, I am okay with both the things. Yeah.
Okay, then we leave it on the landing page.
Yeah, and maybe they can, I mean, ideally they can still get like a grasp of the whole website, how it works, even if, I mean, they can be divided, but then they can somehow access the same resources and things.
Yes, but in a different.
Yes. Okay. So it will be in the.
So then that would give us step 2 again. That would be start watching other pitches and exploring. We would have there like a repository, and that we have this idea from the female blossom, and then there would be a call to action: share your business idea button. Would it be share or would it be submit?
Submit.
No.
Yeah, submit, because you're not just sharing for sharing. You're actually applying your idea. You're submitting your idea.
I don't know. I like more the sound of share.
But
Anyway,
but the concept is different. It's not about.
Yeah, I know.
I
know that they are two different words, but
and the concept is completely different.
Gisela, please let Elisa make her point.
I think it depends on how you frame all the rest. But I want to hear also the voice of the others, what they think. I will go with share because it still gives the, I mean, it's a website in which I think there won't be just the call to action. There will be other like sentences that explain that there are investors watching. So it's not that's for sure. So as Gisela was saying, they mean something different. If we only have the submit or share, I will put submit. If we have other context information that make them understand that it's a website both for investors, in the landing page, they kind of saw that there were 2 users, I would say share, but I'm
The
open.
suggestion,
Sachin, how are you about that? Do you hear us?
To me,
Yes. What is your thought on this? Do you have one?
so one is a casual way, another is a kind of share is very casual, and submit is for me is more on we are doing
Clear.
some submission which is very clear. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's depend on the language, whatever we are throughout the system is using. That is
Yeah. I think that's a very fair point that Sashi makes. It's not so much the language, it's the intention behind it.
that's exactly
Okay.
what I was saying.
Yes.
Different concept.
So
Okay,
I
let's
think
go with
that's
So, okay, sorry. I have just a short break. Can we make a 5 minutes break, please? I would like to do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes, that would be nice.
Yes. Thank you very much. Gisela, could we have just 1 minute together? I would create a breakout room and that we just
Yeah,
go
sure.
in there. Just 1 moment.
see you in 5 minutes.
See you in 5.
Bye bye.
Pam, are you talking with somebody?
Yes, I said, Alex, be aware that we're still on YouTube. So just if you're going to go into a breakout room. I don't
Yes.
know how that